Hey, y'all, thanks for tuning in to yet another edition of BlackThoughtLive.com. Yo, where we give you a little insight for your invite. More importantly, we give you a bit of that knowledge you can't get in college. I'm here with my man, Ace Boogie.
Hey, how you guys doing? What's going on?
Hey, listen, man.
BlackThoughtLive.com.
We want to thank... Right.
All of that.
We want to thank everybody, man, who's been checking it out, but more importantly, the people that's been supporting the program and the shows. And this dude is bugging out right now. But anyway, look, again, thank you very much. Look, if you want to promote you and your style, get in touch with us at meccamedia360@yahoo.com. That's how you can get in touch with me. But right now, of course, again, blackthoughtlive.com, coming at you with some black thoughts. Before I open it up, as you can see, in the back, we got Corin Gaines. Really, really on full blast right now. A lot of people have been talking about her. A lot of people have been talking about it, the situation, the circumstances. Is she crazy? Was she crazy to think like that, to do like that? Or like some people say, to put her child in harm's way. But, you know, like I said, we don't want to get in too deep, but we want you to email your responses, or more importantly, your questions or your statements about the situation so we can, say them on the show. Ace Boogie.
Right.
What you want to talk about?
Man, we can talk about a couple of things. More importantly, what we're talking about is our organization, Be Me Akron, Be Me Community here in Akron, a network of African Americans, a network that focuses on, African American men that are actually doing more than their fair share to better the community, make a more prosperous and better community for everyone involved. So we want to talk about that, as well as a new initiative, a campaign we just started last week called #SpendBlack.
Spend black, I like that.
Yeah.
Let me elaborate on that. Now, when we talk about spending black, are we talking about keeping our dollars in the urban communities, spending with our people of color as far as their entrepreneurial endeavors, not just your local mom and pop shop, but people that's doing other things besides trying to sell something out of a storefront? Are we talking about other businesses like the web design, the catering service? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, basically what Be Me is, we got some brothers, Be Me leaders up in Detroit. Big up to all my Be Me leaders in Detroit. We'll see you guys next week on Thursday for our Better Together celebration there in Detroit. But there's some brothers up in Detroit that's actually saying, well, with all of the stuff that went on last month in the nation as it relates to Dallas shootings, outcry about injustice as it relates to African American men and women being shot by policemen, all this stuff that's going on in the country. What are people doing about it? There's some people that's marching, some people are trying to push new legislation, reform on police, things of that nature. But these brothers, Be Me leaders in Detroit, came up with the idea of supporting black businesses that actually contribute to better communities as well. So while people are doing that, we're trying to say, hey, this is something you can do today. This is stuff you can do today. Go out there and let's support some of these businesses that's operating in our communities, some of these businesses that are employing numbers of African American people in their communities. And we're going to do this national push, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Philly, Miami, as well as Akron and Detroit. And what we want to do, Hiram, is we want people to actually literally start spending black. Take a picture of yourself, put it on Facebook when you're frequenting some of these places, and hashtag it Spend Black. You can also go on www.bemecommunity.org, where we are asking people to register. We actually have a platform that's like a LinkedIn for community builders that's right inside our website, where you can connect with people across the country who are involved in making better communities. You see what I'm saying? So we want you to do that, www.bemecommunity.org. Get on, register your profile, just like Facebook or something like that. You can register your profile, link up with people that's got the same type of things that you're interested in, and help us with this campaign, hashtag Spend Black.
Well, you know what? The good thing about that, Ace, I'm going to keep it real with you. A lot of people, they email us. They want to know, hey, what can I do? Situations is hectic right now, like with my sister just went through, Corin Gaines, Tamir Rice. We can name them on, Sandra Bland. We can keep going on and on. A lot of people, the average person, want to do something to
Sure.
affect positive change
Sure.
to our community. Now, how can we do that? How can you do that? The question is, how can you participate in affecting the positive change? Well, here it is.
Spend Black, hashtag Spend Black, SPEND,
Or
BLACK.
Or, we definitely want you to do that. But sometimes you got to get on your level. And when I say get on your level, what's your level? If you don't have a dime to your name, do something positive that takes no money to do. I mean, it don't cost nothing, really. This sounds crazy, but I'm gonna keep it real. It don't take nothing to help out the community. Like just go out and cut somebody's grass for free. I mean, paying the poor rate is real. Go out and help the older lady or the older gentleman that's across the street. Help them take the trash out. Do something like what we did this past month and what we continue to do with our water initiative. Like the question was, or the slogan was, what are you doing to affect change? And like what you just said with the buy black thing is real. It's real. But if you don't have the resources to buy black, you don't have the resources to take pictures of you spending black, with the same mentality, the same aggression, and the same love, take a picture of you doing something for the next door neighbor, for the person across the street, or for the people at school. It don't cost nothing to go do some PTA stuff, like what we're doing with the brother-to-brother mentoring program. I'm glad you brought that up, Ace, man. You brought that up. I felt the energy. It just jumped out. We are taking 10 guys, 10 young men, and we're helping them with their homework so they can we get them conditioned to have better studying habits so they can have a successful school year. And that's just 10 guys, man, that we're going to take ourselves, have them down here in the SAC, take them on field trips and stuff to different business places so they can see us, black men, in the positive light so they can try to mimic the positive that positive black men are doing. So that's what we're trying to do here with Black Thought. These are the thoughts that's on two black brothers' mind right now. We pushing Buying Black, and we pushing the brother-to-brother mentoring program right down your throat. Somebody better say something, Ace.
So listen, let me address the issue of some people not having the resources to buy black. I was at a roundtable discussion over at the Akron Urban League. Shout out to everyone over there. Once an urban leaguer, always an urban leaguer. Doing great work over there. We had a Leaders of the Round Table. It was part of our Be Me Week, the first week of August. Great events that went down here in Summit County. What we did really, we had a Leaders of the Round Tables where we invited these Be Me winners, Be Me leaders, the one that won our Be Me Leadership Award.
Right.
They came in and we talked about spending black. Now, here's the idea. Every month, there's money being spent, okay? You can be spending money on household products, food. You're spending money on clothing. You're spending the money on rent. You're spending money on toilet paper. You're spending money, okay? Even homeless people are spending money. So what we're trying to do here with this Spend Black initiative, we kicked it off last week. Of course, nationally, we kicked it off as well. However, we were thinking like, well, where is the black businesses? Where can somebody go here in Akron to get, let's say, a mop and glow? Mop and glow. What store can we go to get mop and glow? Because everyone's going to need something like that. And if you already know that you're trying to spend black, let's go get that mop and glow there. If you're going to go grocery shopping, where is the black owned grocery store? If you're going to get your car wash, where's the black owned car wash? Hey, if you're going to go get your school supplies, where is that? Is there anybody who's doing uniforms that's black? Anything for your school? Everyone's going to buy something, right? So we just want to say, hey, take some of your money to some of these businesses that's in the community that's black, because here's the thing, there's stuff that you can do today to help the situation as it relates to what's going on in the country. This is an easy way that we all can get involved by supporting these businesses, because we already know that they're not being supported across the board. But what can we do as Be Me and other people that's in our network? Again, we are a national network. We want to be able to have you come out, and we already know that these monies are going to be spent. If you know, Hiram, if you actually spend 2% of what you was going to spend this month and go to a black establishment, you're creating jobs at the end of the year. Just 2% of that. So this month, when you're thinking about, to the end of the year, when you're thinking about, hey, where can I go this month, this week to eat? Where can I go this week to do stuff? And a lot of people, I'm glad you brought up these service businesses, hair salons, beauty salons, car washes, restaurants, things of that nature. The idea is Black businesses are doing more than that. There's IT businesses, there's tech businesses, there's editing businesses, there's packaging and delivery businesses. African Americans are creating businesses at a high rate, except we don't hear about it because that entails the narrative that's being portrayed on these blog sites, on these news channels, and through the media. And we want to be able to change that narrative.
You know what, Ace, that's dope, but don't ever point at my website as if I'm promoting the propaganda like that. Don't
No, of
check
course,
yourself. Check yourself.
not his website,
That's right.
but everybody else's website other than his website.
That's right. You better see real
And the
quick.
Be Me website.
Right.
And the
listen,
SAC
man,
website.
Hey, yo, Ace.
And the Urban League
The good
website.
thing, man, is that when we talk about buying Black or supporting Black businesses, I have to insert, don't ask for a discount, please.
Oh.
I just got to do that, man, because I'm a business owner. Historically, you guys might have walked in my business one or two or something like that. I've done that before. Don't ask for a discount because you know what? To support Black businesses is not to just, I'm giving you some money and I came here, I could have went to somewhere else. But when you're going somewhere else, you're not asking for a discount like that. So we want to change that narrative, narrative, Ace, to make sure that people is conditioned mentally to know how to support these businesses. You come there with a sense of pride, but more importantly, a sense of respect. These people are putting their livelihood on the line with the hopes of the community rallying behind these businesses to support. So I love the initiative. I love what Be Me is doing. Of course, Be Me is repping right here on the style, you know what I'm saying? I'm part of the network, of course.
Right.
Mecca Media 360, Mecca Media, the Reporter newspaperonline.com. Oh yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't say Cornerstone Lodge number 59, the
Right.
worshipful master got
Sure,
at me. He
sure.
was like, yo, you got to represent the style.
Yes, sir.
So I had to represent the
Yes,
style.
sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
Ace, listen, real quick, how can somebody get in touch with you if they want to just get in touch with you with the dynamic stuff you're doing here at the SAC?
Okay.
And let's just dive in that a little bit.
Okay.
About the SAC.
Okay.
Break it down, SAC, what's going on?
Yeah, okay, basically that stands for the Startups and Co-working Space, but ultimately it's a self-advancement center. What we try to do here at the SAC is advance people's idea on the entrepreneur level, okay? So the SAC is Self-Advancement Center, also Sustaining African Communities, also Startups and Co-working Space, also, no, I'm just kidding. Listen, there's a whole bunch of acronyms for it, but what we do here is a center for emerging entrepreneurs to get work done. We found out that there's a lot of African-American businesses doing business at the local library, which is great.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's free room and everything.
But they're also doing it at Panera Bread,
Okay, there's something wrong
McDonald's.
with that. There's something wrong with that.
They're doing it at Starbucks.
Tell me what you think wrong with that, Ace.
They're doing it at the
Hold on,
gas
hold on.
station.
What do you think is wrong with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that those places are not really set up for business meetings. You go pay your $2.60 for your coffee, you're there all day.
Right.
Here they got Wi-Fi. Okay? So here at the SAC, not only do we have Wi-Fi, all right, we have printing center here. We have free coffee and tea.
Did you say what?
Free coffee and tea as well for your clients.
Right.
And then there's spaces here also to where you can leave your stuff. There's free space for people to be here, but then there's also spaces that we have available for members of the SAC Society is what we refer to
The
it.
SAC Society.
The SAC Society. We have people here like Jamie Covington, who works in the paralegal field. We have Isis Firm, who does some PR work. Also, we have Vanessa Michelle. She does some marketing, as well as we have Be Me Leader. We have a resident Be Me Leader here, Shantae Robinson, that's doing great work with fathers, doing a great work with some entrepreneur initiatives as
And
well.
we also host a show, Mecca Media Style.
This show is being hosted here every Tuesday. And we got a number of things that we do, but more importantly, we're just trying to be a base. I don't like to call it a hub, but it's a space for emerging entrepreneurs to actually work. We look at it like this, man. why wait to get home to find out what's going on in the world? We keep C-SPAN going on. We keep CNN going on. No need to look at your phone. We have music playing. Man, and sometimes I get so stressed, we do emergency dance breaks. Put on a record, and we in the middle of the day.
No, you don't have to go there.
What?
No, you don't be in here twerking.
What?
No, a little twerk.
Come on, man. I got that. Listen, we got that from actually from down in Miami. They do that at the corporate office. So
It's a
we've been
tension
doing
breaker.
that.
It's just a tension
It's a tension breaker. Sometimes you
Right.
can get to, you hear the music go up, then that's what it is.
Okay.
We're located at 133 Portage Trail,
Say that one more
Suite
time.
103. That's 133 Portage Trail, Suite 103.
And listen, man, places like this.
You come
is-
through the door, ISIS, Mayat will be at the door.
Right.
She kind of run the joint.
Oh, okay, that's good. Places like this is very far in between in this particular demographic where you can come and get everything that you just said, from the print shop to the Greek room.
Yeah, oh
Did
yeah.
you say
We,
nothing about
we
the-
also got the Greek room. The Greek room is I love this room. This room, the Greek room, is a space where people could come have private meetings, one-on-ones. There's a dry erase board there. We have about 8 seats back there with an additional 2 recliners where you can sit back and relax and have an off-the-cuff discussion. The Greek room, I call it the Greek room because if you know me, I do love the Greek arts, Roman arts, and architecture in particularly. So I wanted to be able to put that in the Greek room. And I also want to give a shout out to Tobin Buckner. He actually was the one that designed the place. And all I asked was some Greek artifacts or something in the Greek room. So I want to shout out everybody that frequent the SAC, past and present members of the society, as well as the friends of the society who comes in and come through to the SAC. Also, we do book clubs here. Tamika Taylor actually runs that, and we also have a lot of people that frequent the SAC. Man, it's a great, in Cuyahoga Falls. You know where it's at, right off of Route 8.
Well, check this out. We're just dropping a bunch of business legal. But I want to get back to something before we leave, into the thought process of ACE.
Okay.
Okay, now, when we talk about Black thought, we want to end this thing off with a conscious thought about what's going on in today's society right now. Now, the relations between our community, I'm talking about the Nubian community, Black community, some say the African American community, when you, far as with the police. More specifically, the Eurocentric flavor of the police department, okay? I'm just keeping it 100 real, right? Yeah, so what do you think we can do as a people to educate our other people about what's going on, as far as the temperature in the room, the tension that's out there in the community?
It's what you're doing right now, Brother Hiram. Being able to have shows like you're doing here, and I commend you on doing a show like the Black Thought Show. Being able to do this, blogs, having group discussions, but more importantly, doing initiatives that can actually help and bring light to what's going on. Like the Spin Black, we're able to use these type of ideas to bring light to what's going on in the temperature of society right now. Being able to have blogs, websites, and not only look at CNN or C-SPAN, but there's local media outlets, independent media outlets that's doing things,
And let me
that's
give a shout
helping you
out.
do
And
stuff.
let me give a shout out. You're right. The Reporter newspaper, online.com, Black Thought Live, Black Media. Now you have to understand this. The days of us being one-dimensional in our media intake, watching the Fox News and stuff like that, those days have been long gone, but we just don't know it. Yes, we got blog sites. Yes, we have people who's been in business since '69, like the Reporter newspaper or the Reporter newspaper online. We have things like the Alexander360.com, different websites and blog sites, more importantly, different press media, or even what they're doing over at TV One. We have these things, and we have to be, as a support team, as a community, is to support these outlets. The Black media is very important. My man Nehemiah, what's the name of your situation again? Akron Today, and you got something, I don't want to quote it wrong, but put it across their stream media, world stream media. Is that right? Right, I know y'all can't hear him, but he's right behind the camera. Big ups to my man.
Yes.
These people who do it day in and day out is trying to give you a positive alternative to what's going on in your community. No longer you can just guess what happened. Like in this particular situation, we saw it unfold live on Facebook Live. And some of the people who, Ace, did you even know that the cops, as she was filming what happened, we talk about Corin Gaines. As she was filming what happened, the cops called into Facebook to stop the live feed. The question is, why you want to stop the live feed? Some say because it was going to get violent, or because her people who was following her was telling her how to react. I believe if it was happening, let us see it. What was once in the dark is ultimately coming into the light. All the stuff that we're seeing now has always been happening. We're just seeing it. So don't allow, like my man Nehemiah said on the way over here, don't allow what you see on TV to be your one-dimensional view. We can actually see it for ourselves. You can't tell me that this certain thing didn't happen this way, or they have the freedom to do this, when we got the freedom to pick and choose where we get our info from, our information from.
Yeah, listen, we have to be the author of our own stories. The things that we see on the news through media is not doing a real true representation of the things and the goings on in the community, in the city, in these streets. So, we are looking for great stories. This is why we do the call for stories in the beginning of the year, where we're looking for outstanding African-American men that are doing things. So it's all based with stories. What's a remarkable story? And we're not getting that from the news all the time. However, these jump starts, these startups, these independent media outlets are pretty much giving you it the way you need. Back in the day, in the late 80s, hip hop was doing that for you. You know, there was our CNN. I remember Chuck D actually went on record and said, "We are our CNN, the black CNN."
Right.
So the music is not doing that now. It's not doing that.
The
Back in the
music is
day,
doing it.
back in the day,
The music
in the
to a degree
70s,
is
in the
doing it.
70s, in the 70s, Marvin Gaye was doing that. In the 60s, people was doing that. Okay, so when in the 80s, when all this stuff was going on, it was cool to kick knowledge and facts and stuff like that. So then you even had, not too long ago, I almost sent you this. Remember the Dead Prayers? You need to relook at His Big Head and
Right.
that thing right there need to come out today. Now the problem is that the music, once where it's a social corporate responsibility, if you will. So I'm gonna change it to social artistic responsibility to reflect what's going on in society. Once was doing that, it's not being done. Like, we got to applaud 3 basketball players on the ESPYs for doing something that we were doing all the time, and that's just speaking up against what's right and talking what's right. So I believe, to answer your question, I know I ran around the bush, but I believe that the local media outlets, the startups and things of that nature is important, because we're getting a fuller story and an alternative to what we're seeing on the news.
Hey, check this out. I also got a piggyback of what you said about hip-hop and how hip-hop have somewhat dropped the ball in informing the community with some knowledge. You said we used to listen to like Public Enemy and stuff like that, but I want to commend you, Ace, 2-in-1,
Right.
Ace Booger.
What? Stop it.
Ace Booger. I want to commend you, and because you are hip-hop. Don't confuse when you say hip-hop used to do. Hip-hop is still doing, and we still dropping knowledge, because make no mistakes, brother, you looking at hip-hop right now.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
hip-hop. And the people that was dropping knowledge back then
Is
is
still
dropping knowledge.
dropping it today.
So, like Brother Steve say, we're dropping it in a different form. Same place, same demographics, same ecosystem, if you will. We're just doing it from a different perspective. Like he said, you hip-hop, and you doing it through the BME vehicle.
Be me. And here's
Yeah,
what
be
I would.
me.
Here's
My
what I
fault.
said. There's young cats that are, they're going to listen no one's going to listen to a 21-year-old like yourself.
Oh, right, good point.
Right,
though.
right.
I mean, everyone ain't.
Right. So,
Okay.
but what I'm saying, these young cats, right? These younger cats are literally not being exposed to this knowledge. Of course, the more mature audiences are going to follow that. These are the same people who are on the internet looking for eclectic sounds, more diverse sounds, different stuff. And if you only think Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole is the only two, well, then there's a problem, okay? Because there's a lot of people out there that's doing stuff. And so the younger cats gotta do it, whatever that stuff is, I'm not hating. I appreciate that. But there is no social commentary coming from these guys. And, I'm telling you, party is a drug and hip hop is on it.
Good point, Ace. Good point. Listen, man, look.
Did you get that?
Yeah, that was dope. I got that.
That was Will I Am.
Oh, okay.
We're going to take it back to the sounds of the days of soul, son.
Hey, listen, man, we want to thank everybody, but before we go, we also want to remind y'all, man, that we doing this brother-to-brother mentoring program. We call it the brother-to-brother back-to-school mentoring program, and we picking a few young men, and we're going to bring them down weekly and prepare them for a successful school year. How are we going to do that? We're going to help them with their homework, give them culture class, give them the arts, like what Brother Ace was talking about, giving them a sense of self-worth, and more importantly, give them a physical representation of what it looks like to see black men doing something positive, and that cares enough to deal with them on a weekly basis. That's what the brother-to-brother back-to-school mentoring program is about. If you would like to have your child dealing with the brothers on that level, hey, man, like I said, man, 330, I am not going to get my number out, but mechamedia360@yahoo.com, and also
330-217-9188. 330-217-9188. Ace at Be Me Community. You can check us out here at the SAC. And I will want to send a shout out to every mentor in Akron that's been holding it down. Every program, the Dream Academy, Greatness Academy, every program, Jason Samuels, tutors, all you people got programs already. You might want to bring your people up here for outing and see how we do it. So we'll be able to do that too. And I want to thank you, Brother Hiram, man. Not only for being a dapper-looking young man, because this guy looks good today. I want to thank you, man, for your, you could be at home watching Lifetime right now.
Lifetime.
Okay, ESPN. You could be at home doing a number of things. But you here, man, you doing this. No one's paying you for this. No one's cutting a check for this.
Nope.
However, if you do want to advertise with us, no, I'm just kidding. But look, look, this is 100% something awesome that you're doing. I commend you. And that's what Be Me Brothers do. We don't wait for a grant. We don't wait for checks. We do it because we see a need. We identify a problem and create a solution. Once we create the solution, we jump into action, okay? All right, so that's all I got to say. Again, we need you to be part of our network. Text Akron to 96,000. Be who?
Be me.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
No problem, man.